Hey, in today's video, we're going over the work with an advisor decision. There's 10 decisions that you have to make at retirement. And we've actually put together this book, Your FERS Federal Retirement, the 10 decisions that can make or break your retirement. And whether you work with an advisor is a key one. My name is Mel Stubbs. I'm a financial planner at Christy Capital Management, where we're helping federal employees plan for a better retirement. In today's video, I'll be alongside Joe Matthews and Tommy Neesmith as we discuss what are the benefits? Why should you work with an advisor? Stay tuned.
So decision point number 9 is, the work with an advisor decision. Do I need to work with a fiduciary, with a financial advisor? And over the years, we've kind of compiled a list of things that, as we've worked with hundreds of families in 40 plus states, of like, here's what to look for. If you decide, hey, I may want to work with an advisor, what are kind of 6 things to look for, especially if you're a federal retiree? And so the first one is, I'm looking for a good communicator. Like, when they're talking to me, are they talking to me or are they talking over me, right? That's important. What do y'all think about communication in an advisor-client relationship?
You need somebody that, I guess, has some good ideas and they can communicate them at a level where you can understand and go, yeah, I think that's a good idea. Let's do that. So a good communicator that can kind of see what needs to be done and share with you and answer the questions that you have. Nothing's worse than you have a question and it just flat doesn't get answered. And you ask it again, it doesn't get answered. You need somebody that can communicate well.
Yeah, you were talking about, talking over someone's head. I've heard Tommy, a lot of times, Tommy, you use great analogies in relating things that they can really understand to the recommendations that you're proposing to them.
Yeah, well, and I think all of our advisors at Christy Capital do an excellent job. Joe, Mel, and the other 7 advisors that just have the tremendous opportunity of serving people. But I think communication's key, and so as you're looking for someone, you getting the communication question kind of out of the way, are they a good communicator? I think it's important. And the second one, you kind of hinted at this, Mel, but recommendations. Is that advisor bringing recommendations that are relevant to the table from when we talk about things? And I think that's really important. And the third one is, especially as you talk about a federal retiree, is the advisor I'm working with a subject matter expert? And maybe not necessarily just in investments, but in your benefits and how they all interact and how they connect. I think that's really important. They need to be the subject matter expert as it relates to your benefits, because it is such a crucial element in your overall retirement picture. And so making sure the advisory team that you're working with are subject matter experts in your federal benefits, I think, is key. Mel, anything to add there?
Some of the obstacles that federal retirees face are not the same obstacles everybody else faces. And so just a generic advisor out there might offer you a solution to a problem you don't have. And so, it might be the problem that everybody else has, but not feds. And so knowing your situation, helping you fill out your retirement paperwork, we talked through what to do with FEGLI, survivor benefit, think through that. What do you need to do? Having somebody that knows how it works, that has the options, that's helped hundreds of people do that, can be helpful. Joe, what do you think?
So with you talking about recommendations and working with a subject matter expert, one thing that we were just talking about, making these decisions in the way of retirement, for most decisions that you make, you can't go back and undo those. So those decisions that you make in that retirement process are very important, because it's going to affect your financial plan and your life for the rest of your life and your family.
Yeah, that's so important, Joe. And as you think about those decisions, that really kind of brings us to the next point. What you need from a financial advisor is leadership in those areas, to kind of come alongside, work with you, and lead you through these things. For most people that we're talking to, they've never retired before, right? And we've had the privilege of helping hundreds of people walk through that. And so coming alongside and leading them, I think, is key.
Yeah, absolutely, Tommy. So when you look at leadership in the way of these retirement decisions, just as you said, we've all experienced here many clients that have come to us just wanting someone to walk along this journey with them that understands them, understands their retirement pieces that they have to think about, and just developing a relationship with them and leading them in a way that they experience success.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. And as we kind of round out this list, shared values, I think, is really important, making sure that you're on the same page with things. I think that's really beneficial throughout the relationship. And it is a relationship, right? As we talk about this, and in some cases, it's a long-term relationship. That's great. We want a long-term relationship. And what I've learned about that is the key to any relationship is a 4-letter word. WITH. You've got to be with people. And that may be virtually with them, as a lot of our clients live in other parts of the world and country. But being with them on a regular basis is important to review things and make sure you're there when they need you. And so that's important. And so the last thing is surprise tax planning, because it is so very, very important being a part of an advisory team that believes in tax planning. Mel, can you elaborate on that?
And this is something that kind of ties in with the leadership of, one thing about leadership is being able to see something before other people see it. And that's where the tax planning, we know from just working with people that taxes are coming. And so lots of people we're talking to, it's not even on their radar. And so not only are we kind of educating, hopefully you, on that issue is coming, we'd rather, warn you about it at the top of the hill rather than do ambulance service at the bottom of the cliff. And so we're trying to tell you, this is something that's coming. We can plan for it. It's totally fixable, but we need to get started. And so not every advisor does that.
Yeah, that's good. And Joe and Mel, I think it's so important that this is just a starting point. These 6 things that as people watching can begin to look for and determine if they really want to work with an advisor. And so I think it's key, and one of the decisions that's very important. That's why we talk so much about it in the book.
Hey, well, there you have it. I hope that discussion on that decision was helpful. It comes from our new book going over the 10 decisions you have to make at retirement. It's available on Amazon. There should be a little QR code here. Make sure if you want to go more in detail, you want to reach out and get it, make sure you do so. If you need individualized help, you want to talk to us, feel free to do so. Right up here, there's going to be another video that's important to your planning, so make sure you check it out.